Hey, I just want to make this quick video because today is Jessica and I's 20th anniversary. So, Jessica, happy anniversary. I love you so much. And I'm standing in front of the wedding sermon, the vows. This is the wedding sermon that my dad hand wrote. And you can see we've had it framed. One of the things we found in the garage after he passed was our handwritten wedding notes. And so, last anniversary, our 19th anniversary, we had them framed. But I just kind of wanted to read one little part that he said. He said, Nick and Jessica, we here believe that God has planned that the two of you should be standing here before him just now. And he presides over this glorious occasion as you, Jessica, become Nick's wife. And over the years, I've gone from maybe an understanding of kind of like wishing and wanting for like a sign from God to know his will for my life, to more like I do things that I know are God's will, that he's already revealed in his word. And I don't wait for I don't know, some superstitious sign or anything like that. But I truly 1000% believe that God does ordain things for us to walk in. And even though sometimes we don't figure them out ahead of time, and he doesn't give us dreams sometimes to lead us in the right direction or whatever. Sometimes you just obey what the scriptures say and you do them. And when you do that, you walk in the things that he's already prepared for you, and all the twists and turns that life takes. I believe he's planned ahead for us. And so I say all that to say that this was one occasion, though, I required a sign from God because I was very timid about marrying someone for the rest of my life. And I loved Jessica. I knew I loved her. We weren't dating yet, but I knew I loved her. And so I basically was flirting with her so much that she said, "Hey dude, piss or get off the pot. Are we going to be like a thing, or are you just trying to friend zone me and you just like hanging out with me, whatever?" So I went home, back to my dorm, actually, not home. And I got down on the tile floor and I prayed to God and I said, "God, I'm going to be here on my knees praying all night long on the tile floor. My knees are going to be bruised. I don't even care. I'm not going to get up from this tile floor until you tell me whether or not I should marry this woman, because I like her and I love her already. And we had instant chemistry, instant connection from the first time we ever met." So I opened my Bible. I did a little Bible roulette. You guys know what that is, where you flip the pages, boom, and then wherever you boom at, that's boom. What verse is that? I landed on 1 Corinthians 7. And it said, it's not good for a man to touch a woman. And I was like, I stopped and I'm like, "God, are you saying no? Not good for a man to touch a woman. Should I? So is this a no?" Just got down on my knees and started praying. And I'm like, that's kind of disappointing, God. I don't know. I just, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Well, the second part of the verse says, "But because of sexual immorality, each man should take for himself a wife." And then it goes on to lay out some other things about marriage. So I got up on my knees. I spent 15 seconds, 20 seconds on my knees praying about this woman that I already loved. I already knew I wanted to marry. I felt like I needed God to show me, because I just didn't. It's such a big decision. And at that point in my life, I was immature, and I really, really thought that I wanted God to reveal something to me in order for me to feel good about it, because I wanted to know God's will for my life, because this is going to change the trajectory of my whole life, who I marry. And so God was gracious enough to give me that verse within 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds of me being on my knees. Boom, there it is. And I got up. I was like, boom, I'm done. I'm going to marry this woman. Closed my Bible, went to sleep. Didn't spend. I didn't even have little marks on my knees from being on my knees on the tile floor. It was instant. Jessica took a little more convincing. So I told her, "Hey, I'm ready to do this." And she was like, "Well, you told me yesterday that you only wanted to date me if you knew that we were going to get married. And now you're telling me that you want to date me. And I'm like, I feel like God gave me the go ahead. So let's do it. And she was like, wait a minute. Anyway, so she wanted to fast and pray over a weekend. I kind of misunderstood. I'm like, yeah, let's fast and pray over the weekend. Because she needed to hear from God. So I figured she needed to fast and pray. I didn't fast on Friday night. Her friends saw me eating in the dining hall with gusto, just in there laughing, having a good old time. And they're like, Nick isn't taking this very seriously. He's not fasting at all. And so Jessica wrote me a letter because we weren't seeing each other over the weekend, fasting and praying, and didn't want to, whatever, spend time. We're spending a weekend apart to pray about our future. And so anyway, so she wrote me a letter. So then I wrote a letter back. Hey, I'll fast the rest of the weekend if you want me to. And but I'm convinced already. So I prayed more about it, and I didn't get anything really. Like, it was just kind of like crickets. I was just like, I don't know. I'm not getting anything. Maybe that was just the luck of the draw, luck of the roulette table, man. And so so Jessica spends the weekend praying and whatever. We get together on Sunday night. We went to In-N-Out to break our fast, and we went and we sat down across from each other. And she's like, I don't want to do this at In-N-Out. Can we go somewhere else? So after we ate our dinner, we went to a park and we sat down. And she goes, so what did the Lord tell you while we were fasting over the weekend? And I lied. I just came up with some bull crap. I had found a verse somewhere while I was reading that was just like, yeah, you didn't just stay faithful to, what God's already told you. I literally was just like grasping at straws because I'm like, I didn't feel like there was anything powerful that like happened over the weekend. It happened on like Thursday night or whatever. So I was like, I just came up with something. It was bad. It was bad. And Jessica goes, well, I was praying and nothing happened. Nothing happened. And I'm like, oh gosh, this might be bad. And then she said, so I woke up Saturday morning and I decided, after I prayed and read my Bible, that I would just do my homework. So I was doing my homework for 1 Corinthians class, and I had to read and do a chapter review on 1 Corinthians 7. And I was like, interesting. And she was like, but that's just my homework. That's not like I didn't feel like that was the Lord speaking to me. That was just homework. And then she said, so I was going through my Chuck tapes, which if you went to CCBC back in the day, you know what Chuck tapes are. But basically, to graduate from Bible college, you had to go through the entire Bible with Pastor Chuck Smith on his teachings through the Bible. And where she just so happened to be in not chronological order, but in order of her Chuck tapes that weekend, she listened to her Chuck tape where he went over 1 Corinthians 7. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, okay, but that's like homework, and that's my Chuck tapes. Like, that's not God speaking to me. That's just like coincidence, whatever. Then she woke up on Sunday morning, and her through the Bible reading, through the Bible in a year devotional Bible reading on Sunday morning was 1 Corinthians 7. So she's telling me all this, and I'm like, you know what verse I Bible rouletted on Thursday night was 1 Corinthians 7. So anyway, I'm very, 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 very confident that God has ordained this woman to be my wife from the beginning of all time. And it has been a pleasure these 20 years to live this life with her, to go through all the ups and the downs. There's another part where it says, they may never have great wealth, power, or possessions. I'm like, yeah, ain't that the truth? But I would give up any and all, wealth and possessions if I can live this life with her by my side. We have 4 great children. We are blessed beyond belief, and it is because of her that I am any of the person that I am, because she has given me so much confidence and so much security and so much peace. And if anyone tells these young people that they need to sample the merchandise or, test drive the cars, that's bullcrap, man. We were 19 and 21. We're both our first and only loves. And it's, to me, it's the only way to go. Get married young, kids. You can figure out the rest later. Yeah. All right. That's it. Thanks for listening. Happy anniversary, Jessica. Peace.